Good afternoon, local history. Hey, I wanted to get on here and talk about the Glacial Deposit Study Guide. And we're not going to go through the study guide word for word. I just wanted to make some general comments and observations about how the geology of Ohio happened. So we've withstood several major ice ages in the last 300,000 years, and that helped shape the way Ohio is today. So the earliest, I want to start by saying when a glacier pushes down from the north, it's up to 1 to 3 miles thick. It's extremely heavy. It acts like a big bulldozer. So it pushes dirt and rocks and debris ahead of it as it pushes south over thousands of years. So eventually, when the glacier starts to recede, it leaves that ridge of debris, and we call those moraines, Moraines. So on this map, this orange part is the oldest ground moraines in Ohio, and that was from the pre-Illinoian, or the first ice age that we record from. It's older than 300,000 years. So this really delineates where the glaciers actually got to in Ohio. So everywhere above that orange line has been glaciated at least once, and in many cases, three times in the last 300,000 years. So the glaciers have scoured and pushed all that debris across northern and western Ohio, and therefore, when you travel from here in Athens up to Columbus, you come through an area in Hocking County where it goes from being very, very um, like steep and hilly to all of a sudden you come out and it's just flat as a pancake. And that's because that's where the glacier stopped. The glacier had pushed and flattened all that area. So today, that means that Western Ohio is some of the best farmland in the state. It's easy to till. This is actually called the till plain, where the glacier pushed over the last thousands of years. So as those glaciers receded and melted, these outwash areas, or the yellow, formed what are today the Muskingum River Valley, the Hocking River Valley, and the Scioto River Valley, and the Great Miami River Valley. And that's kind of how they were formed over the last several thousand years from these melting glaciers. So the last, or the Wisconsin and glacier left us a new interesting pattern called a ridge moraines, which means that it pushed to the south, and then as it receded, it left this ripple effect, which means that it pushed forward, it receded, and then it pushed forward again, not quite as far, and receded, and then just kept going back and forth, and it left these ripple patterns. And these ridge moraines are actually where most of the county seats of the counties of western Ohio are established, because the ground's a little bit higher. It's out of the floodplain. It's just a more stable place to build these cities that are the county seats of western and northern Ohio. So I hope that helps kind of establish what the geography of Ohio entails in terms of the glacial periods and how that kind of formed our landscape today. Southeastern Ohio and parts of southern Ohio, we have not been glaciated. Therefore, this is what's left of the remnants of the foothills of the Appalachian Plateau. And this is actually the edge or the end of the Appalachian Plateau, which is where we live. You can see right here in our district, there's never been a glacier that's been through Athens County, at least in the last 500,000 years. All right, I hope this helps explain some of the technical parts of that. One other little thing I want to mention: because of the outwash and how much water was rushing away from those melting glaciers, picked up sand and it picked up gravel and other sorts of things. So as you're going up the Hocking River Valley, if you look around up above Nelsonville and up through Hocking County, we've got actually, and even just out of Athens before you get to Nelsonville, we've got gravel pits where we're now harvesting and digging up that gravel that's left over from the last glacial period. So that's been an important part of the Hocking River Valley's industrial commodities or gravel and other aggregates like that that can be sold for building materials. All right. I just wanted to touch base so we can move on to the vegetation patterns, and that's what will be coming up next. So you take care and keep at it, and make sure if you have questions, email me or let me know in some other way. Thanks. Signing off for right now. See you.